Looking back, I know I've sensed emotion my entire life. Big-boned, her hair a tumble of dark blonde and her skin pale cream, gorgeous Brigitte spoke with a distinctive raspy voice.
2 months before I was contacted for this,
she said now, her accent that of a woman who'd lived all over Europe.
I witnessed a car accident. It was on a largely untraveled road through the Pyrenees, and I was the only one nearby to offer assistance.
No one spoke when she paused, her throat moving.
After calling the authorities,
she tugged her white shawl snug around her shoulders.
I ran down the bank to where the car had come to a violent stop against a large tree and managed to open the driver's side door. The man inside was covered in blood and trapped by the way the car had crumpled around him.
A long, deep breath, air releasing softly from her nostrils.
He was human, and he was so scared that it felt like nails being driven into my flesh.
Vivid, brutal, the image hit hard.
When he grabbed my hand, I didn't retract it, and I thought that if only he wasn't so afraid, his heart rate would calm, his breathing would even, and he'd have a higher chance of survival.
What happened? Ivy whispered when the other woman stopped to stare at the ground, as if once more alone with a dying man on a lonely mountain road. Cornflower blue eyes met Ivy's.
The terror, his terror, it drained away. Then it was inside me, choking me with a panic that blinded.
She shook her head.
I excused the experience as being brought on by the stress of the situation. But a week after the accident, the hospital forwarded me a note from the injured man.
She twisted her interlinked hands.
He thanked me for being there, for taking his fear.
A whispering quiet, the trees waving in the breeze. Bearded Penn was the one who broke it, his big body throwing a shadow across the ground.
I haven't had a comparable experience, but the idea of a mind healer makes rational sense to me. We're a race defined by our minds. It would be illogical not to have a designation focused on psychic injuries.
Isaiah's biceps bulged beneath the thin fabric of his thermal pullover as he gripped his left wrist with his right hand, but even he had no words to refute Penn's statement.
I felt the darkness,
Conchetta blurted into the quiet.
The rot in the net.
Everyone focused on the amber-eyed woman.